Yo, what's good, everyone? It's Lou Ballz. We'll give it a minute or two to make sure that I'm visible. People know that I'm here, and plus, I'm setting up and stuff anyway. So, Lou Ballz is live. All right. I will see. Yeah, I'm just setting up. Just give me a few minutes. And it's been a while since I've been on camera. It's been a while since I've been on live. And got things set up in here a little bit differently. So I just want to make sure that anybody that's watching this and after will, whatever, man, I'm babbling. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just give me a moment. I'm setting up. So I will see what's going on here. Yeah, I do have a clutch cutting. Not really a cutting. I gotta wait for a few people to show up, at least. I don't think anybody knows I'm live. It's all good. People will catch the rewatch. Anyway, it's super hot in here. A little bit uncomfortable for me, but I work in a 100+ degree warehouse, so I'm used to the heat. But I do full ambient in the summertime for everyone because it's 90 degrees in here. You know, so it'll be 90 degrees in here for a couple hours, and then it'll dip down again below 90, mid 80s and such. So yeah. I don't even know if you guys can hear me. Can anybody hear the fan? Because if you guys can hear the fan, I will turn it off, but it's super hot in here. Too much. Oh well, we'll get this moving. So yeah, like I said, it's been a long time since I've been live. I have to readjust my camera. I usually use my phone, but the rules have changed, and I don't know exactly how the live streaming works on the phone, on the cell phone, and so it's going to take me a couple times before I actually figure it out. I haven't had the time. Time is the most expensive thing that I have because, I mean, we all know you can't get it back, and it's hard to find time to do things like this when I'm not working and I'm being a dad, and I mean, just normal everyday life stuff is just finding time for your personal and hobby endeavors. It takes a little bit more skills than I'm set for having when it comes to making time for things. But I apologize. I know I haven't been around very much. I don't really have anything much exciting. I'm starting to build some racks again. I want to maximize my space and go upwards because I got babies coming. I got to move some of these guys into these bigger tubs, and I got to move out some stuff so that I can make space for the future, which is what we're going to show today. I do have a clutch that is a clutch to cut. Today is technically day 57, and they pipped on day 55 2 days ago, and they were all pretty much out by last night. So they're all in there floating around and roaming. Some of them might be halfway in the egg. But this clutch is important to me for the future because I'm making hets and I'm trying to prove out this boy mainly because he's a super phantom. Super Phantom Leopard is what I bought him as, and Super Phantoms are Ballz. There could be all kinds of stuff hiding in there. I doubt there's anything really hiding in there. He looks like a Super Phantom, and the Leopard looks like it's pulling away some pattern, so it changes the look of him a little bit. But yeah, just don't mind that I'm babbling too much. Nobody's in here, so I'm basically talking to myself. So I'm going to do this as if it was just a live video. With that being said, I do have to move things around. I want to wait probably. I mean, I could wait, but I don't know if anybody's going to be here for it. It's midday. People are probably still at work, more than likely still at work, and they're not going to be able to catch the live. So if anybody does come in here, thank you for watching. So with that being said, before moving forward, please go check out US Arc National and US Arc Florida. There's a lot of things going on right now with the Lacey Act. Things are being moved around, and it went away, and then it came back in a different bill, and then it went away again, and now Marco Rubio is throwing it into a whole nother bill, just hidden, buried in there. Very, very important. There's a lot of stuff that I don't work with, but I support 100% anybody doing any kind of reptiles and animals in general, that whether I work with them or not, whether you work with them or not, we all have the right to be able to keep these as pets and create an industry for the people that want them as pets. Just because I'm a breeder doesn't mean I don't have them as pets. Most of them have names. Every single one of them gets handled. My children play with them. They're very important to me. I'm pretty sure they're very important to a lot of you guys. So please go to US Arc and US Arc Florida and go find out what's going on. Stay in touch. Keep up to date with what's going on, and support the reptile hobby and business, because it's not just about reptiles. It's a lot of different animals that are being tossed in with this bill, and we might actually lose the right to be able to keep a lot of these animals because people are just too ignorant, too stubborn to allow us to regulate ourselves for the most part, which really, really sucks. I wouldn't know what to do if I didn't have. I wouldn't know what to do with myself if I didn't have something like this to do on my off time, the little bit that I do have. And yeah, man, these are family. US Arc is fighting for us and for them and for all of you. So support US Arc, become a member. It's not that expensive. So yeah, let's keep it moving. I don't see anybody in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull these babies and clutches. Let me just organize the camera, but let me pull this stuff. Just give me one moment. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna have to move the camera around, so just bear with me and the movements that are about to happen with us. Yeah, this camera stuff is a lot harder to work with when you're by yourself. I mean, I love being by myself sometimes, but in moments like this, it's really hard to move. So let me see how bad that view is. All right, you're not gonna be able to see anything like that. So let's see if I can get this. How's that? Luckily, I actually have a TV that I'm looking at, so I can see where everything is and how to position myself. Does that make it better? Oh, it does make it better. Just barely. I'm gonna leave it alone. All right, so let me see if I'm in view. I love this table. Shout out to Aunt Jen and Uncle John for hooking me up with this table. These guys are awesome. I hope that banana boy is doing great. I would whip out the scissors right now, but I literally have no reason to. All of these babies are out and moving. So, a little bit of information for these babies. I'll show you guys mom and dad later. Let me handle the babies. I don't want any cross-contamination and stuff. I know you guys can't see my face. I can't see my face, so that's a little obvious. Anyway. This is the clutch. Female. Mom is an Enchi Hypo. Just a straight Enchi Hypo that I know of. And dad is a Super Phantom Leopard. So research, and I realized it's going to be kind of hard to verify what some of these are, but I think I'll have a good idea in person. I can see a lot of really small details. Oh, hey, Corey. What's up, dude? Corey, you got to tell me. Can you hear a fan going off right now? Because I have a fan on. I need the fan on. It's super hot. I mean, for me, it's super hot. Anything over 75 is hot. But I need to know if you can hear that fan. I'll turn it off. I'll be straight. I should have done this live a couple days ago. I should have done this live yesterday, probably. They were all basically out of the eggs. But yeah, my whole goal, and I can already see the difference in some of these. My whole goal is obviously hets for the future because I want the het hypos, but also I hear you loud and clear. Thank you very much. I want the het hypos for the future so I can make some really cool hypo stuff. I also want to see specifically what this line of phantom looks like. I've seen some light phantoms that look like they almost have fire in them. I've seen some phantoms that are super dark as if they had blackhead or something dark in them. I have Mystic as well, and my Mystic is nice and dark. Her baby is nice and dark as well, and so I might be replacing her with her daughter. But I really need to see what this phantom line looks like, because if I don't see something resembling that nice dark animal as a single gene, I won't be continuing with the phantom that I have. I might keep him for future things just to get some supers out of him. But if his line of phantom is not what I think it is or what I want it to be, then I'm keeping my Mystic stuff and I'm moving forward with that instead. And that's just personal preference. I like my Mystic Phantom stuff to look really, really nice and dark and rich, so that when I do get some hypo stuff from it, the contrast from the hypo and the darkness of the phantom will work together really, really nicely. I like most people, I like really, really dark stuff with hypo. Hypo is good with light stuff as well, but it goes really good with the contrast. Anyway, I'm babbling again. So let's see what we have in here. I got a little bath over here. So I'm not going to have any normals with this. Everything is going to be at the very minimum phantom. We're going to get some phantom leopards, phantom Enchis, and Enchi phantom leopard. Hopefully, if I can see what they look like. So let's go with this one right here. Everybody. So what this looks to me is a regular phantom. Really nice looking. Is that too far back? Too far forward? Too far forward. It looks like a really nice phantom. There might be leopard in here, but I'm not going to be able to see that stuff until after. But looks like a phantom. There's a lot of blushing in this. So there's a lot of light fading from the belly. I really like that. I think that's really cool. Can you guys see these babies over here? Yeah, you can. All right, cool. That looks like a phantom. Really light blushing. Super cool. Just like that that gold blush stuff that Brian Gundy has. But I don't think it has any of that. I mean, a lot of that stuff is hidden. Anyway, this looks like just a phantom. I don't see any Enchi in this. But we'll see when it comes out. There might be leopard. I don't think the leopard makes the phantom darker, but we'll see. Really nice pattern. I can get them in a little bath. Clean them up so I can start moving a separate tub. Let's see if I can find another phantom. That looks like. This also looks like another phantom, and I see some consistency in this phantom. There's a lot. You can't see that. There's a lot of fading up here, but I really do like that lacy pattern along the belly. I think it's really nice. But yeah, that looks like another phantom. Nice and dark. Very simple. I can already see what this phantom line looks like. And I don't know. Let's see. Maybe after a shed or so. After a first shed. Let's pull out another dark one. All right, you don't want to move. All right. This looks like it has something else in it. Color is a little bit different, but not by much. This might just be another straight phantom. Yeah, I can definitely see what this line of phantom looks like. Could be polygenics from the other genes as well. There could be Enchi in here, and I have no idea, but I'll figure it out. All right, let's get another dark one over here. The thing is, it's going to be really hard to pinpoint exactly what's going on in some of these babies because the Enchi might change, but I'm going to have to really see. I think the leopards, the ones with leopard have a little bit more of a funky pattern depending on what the leopard line wants to do. That looks like another phantom. It does have a little bit of a freaky pattern back here, but nothing drastic where I'm going to say I definitely see something else. Looks like some dark Mojave stuff. All right, and I think I see another darker one here. So this one looks a little bit lighter, but it also looks like a single gene phantom. Just straight off of consistency of what the others look like. Baby. Yeah, these are really pretty. I've never actually hatched out single gene phantom before, so it's really cool to see them. All right, and I'm going to check this one just for giggles because I think this is another phantom. All right, now this one is probably the coolest looking phantom so far, just because the pattern is a little bit tighter. And a little bit different than the others. Yeah, that looks good on camera. That's nice. That might just be another phantom. I'm gonna have to wait a little while to see if I can identify any leopard in some of these. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to this one. right here. Where are you going? Is it this one? All right. All right. I just pulled this one's tail out of the egg, but mainly because I saw a single gene phantom, but it has a little bit darker of a pattern. So if I keep any of them, it's going to be something like this. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if we can switch. That pattern is really, really cool. A lot cooler than the ones I've pulled out so far. It's got a lot of the pattern being stretched down like towers. It's got random floating alien heads, just like the Mystic Phantoms, but this one looks very similar to the other ones. And we'll let that one sit, but that one does have the funkiest pattern on all of them. Hey, buddy. I'll go there. All right, so this one here looks like it has. This one looks like a dark pastel. I'm going to be 100% honest. It looks like a dark pastel, and there's no pastel in the pairing, so that means there's either Enchi with the banded pattern. I don't see Leopard in this, but some of these big chunky patterns might indicate some Leopard. I think I found which one I'm keeping. Anyway, this might have all three, just because the Enchi will brighten it up and change the pattern a bit, but then the Leopard will darken it up again. But then again, that might be. This one's trying to get out, so let's go ahead and look at that one. But this one also looks like a single gene Enchi, honestly. But I know everything has phantoms, so this is just a really light Enchi phantom. Very cool. I really like that. And then the neck striping's all the way past the neck down to the body. Really cool, really clean. You can see how clean the pattern is. Not a lot of alien eyes in the heads on both sides. So I'm really gonna have to do some research on these a lot more to see what that is. Because I think the Leopard is what's doing that. I'll separate them and then eliminate what I think is what. This was an 11 egg clutch. My girl laid a big fat clutch of eggs. I'm so happy. You guys are really cool looking. I love hatching babies. Who doesn't love hatching babies? How awesome is this? This is another one that has Enchi. Could be an Enchi Phantom. I mean, everything's Phantom, but I don't know if I see Leopard in this. But this is another one that has a lot of alien heads towards the second half of the bottom half of the body that are kind of empty. Towers with no eyes, no windows. That's really cool looking. These are really nice, man. I can't wait to see them all shed out. I know some Phantoms and Mystics have like an axanthic almost look when they get older. But this one looks like it's going to have some nice color. And there's a weird like shadow outline on the alien heads or on the pattern. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if it come out on camera, but still, very cool. I'll do another update on these babies as they come along. Now this one has me really curious because this is either all three. Who's going to ask how many? Yeah, there's 11 eggs. This girl really put them out. And I didn't cut any of them. They all came out on their own. So anybody that has a fear, anybody that has a fear of them not being able to cut themselves out is just being paranoid, because these babies, they're all healthy and curious and moving. They're great. This is the coolest looking one out of all of them. I think this is either the all three, or this is the only Enchi Phantom here. So I'm not really sure how that's working. I might just keep that just because. But I don't know if you can see, there's so much blushing and fading. There's so much color in the bands. I don't know if that, see it? Oh yeah, it does come out on camera a little bit. That is so awesome. And that pattern is so funky. That's great. That's a cool looking baby. So yeah, let me put these guys in there. I'm starting to see some differences already. I think this one kind of surprised me a little bit less than I expected. I was expecting to see some super major differences. My first clutch just dropped a couple days ago. 11 eggs. OD Pied to Black Pastel. OD Pied, male or female? Which one was a female? Yeah, man, I got to go live more often. I should have scheduled this, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to go live. So I was just going to do a video. I know all the rules changed. Yeah, this is going to be really, really hard to check. That one baby sticks out so much. But yeah, look, I mean, you can see all these eggs. Every single one of them are empty. They were all out of the egg yesterday when I checked them. Some of them had their bodies half. The OD Pied male. Oh, that's what's up. So the female Black Pastel, is that big female Black Pastel you wanted to get rid of? Yeah. So yeah, these are technically day 60 would have been on the 7th. Yeah, the 7th. So the day before yesterday was day 55 was 2 days ago, and they were starting to pip. By the end of the day, I think I saw 5 or 6 pipping, and I saw some cuts. And then yesterday, I saw every single one of them pip. And then by the time I went to bed yesterday, I'm pretty sure they were all working their way out of the eggs. Big Mama, the biggest and oldest female. Yeah, that's that big Black Pastel girl. That's awesome. I know that's a big girl. I only have one female that's that big, and she's what I thought was a spider exanthic. It could just be an old spider. And she is huge. She's the only one that breaks 3,000 grams a year. I think I posted a picture of my little one with her, and she looks like she's thicker than his legs, and he's got some solid legs. But yeah, man, these things are cool. Favorite part of the year, absolute favorite part of the year. I only have 2 clutches this year. I have this Enchi yellow belly female that I was hoping would do something at least by the end of the year. I put her to a leopard because I want some Enchi. I want some Enchi yellow belly leopards. I want some leopard and yellow belly. I want to see what that does because I know it brings in some contrast. Wow, it's hot. It brings in some contrast to the leopard, and I think it funks out the pattern. But yeah, I'm just happy. I didn't want to do too much this year. I'm not going to be doing too many big clutches. If you guys have seen any of my stuff, I think the most I've had was 5 clutches. Yeah, 5 clutches, and that was a lot of babies. The average, where everybody says the average is like 6 eggs. I think only 2 of my girls ever have laid 6 eggs. Everybody lays 7, 8, 9, 10 eggs. This year, because they're bigger and they're older, this is her second clutch, and so she laid me a nice fat 11 egg clutch. It was beautiful. With that being said, I don't want to have too many babies working at the same time. I don't have the time, and I'm not about neglecting any animals. That's not cool. So I'm not going to overwhelm myself. I already have a lot on my plate, and this is my fun time, and I do not want to make it my stress time. I have plenty of that stuff by myself already. Yeah, man, I'm going to have a little bit of fun paying attention to these babies and seeing what they end up being. They're beautiful. I'm going to let them sit in this water for a little bit. And then while I get this tub up, set up, I'm going to move this over here because I got a lot of cleaning and stuff to do. I got to mow the lawn and all that stuff. You know how it is. This is like the first time in forever that I have a couple hours to myself without the kids, without having to be at work. So shout out to Grandma for wanting to hang out with the kids for a couple hours today. That's awesome. Definitely need a little bit of time to get things done. Shout out to my wife. I'm pretty sure she made this happen. She knows I needed this. But yeah, I guess nobody has my my notifications, huh? That's all good. Somebody will watch at the end. So let's give a couple updates. Let me show Mom and Dad for the people that are watching this on the rerun. So Mom, like I said, I'm going to get this back up. Just bear with me. For a moment. I got to set up my tablet. On a tub. On the ladder. So that I can get this done. Look at this. I'm sweating balls. So, all right. So, Mom. Come on, baby. You just shed too. This is Mom. Beautiful Enchi Hypo. I love this girl. Look at that. She's long too. She's putting back weight, which makes me happy. She dropped a lot. She dropped a whole adult male when she dropped those eggs. I think it was like almost 1,100 grams worth of eggs. But yeah, she's beautiful. So seeing her babies come out, I can't wait to expand this project a little bit more and have some more visual hypo stuff. She's wonderful. I love having her. Yeah, that's Enchi Hypo, Peanut's mom, and Dad. Oh, Dad's with another girl. Dad was on a date. I don't know about you guys, and I'm pairing early. I want to try to move move some girls into the breeding mode. They're at weight and age, but I want to get them like pounding and smashing food like they should be at least to get them started, get their follicles moving, because they're all going to be first-time females. I only have 2, 3. I'm still pairing an Enchi yellow belly. We'll talk about that in a second. But this is Dad. This is a super phantom leopard. He looks like a typical super phantom, except there's less pattern, and I think the leopard is what's doing that. I don't see anything else in those babies that's telling me anything different. Sorry, I don't want to turn my back on you guys. But yeah, super phantom leopard. I love the look of super phantoms, and I want to see what can bring in pattern to phantom and mystic supers. Like I said, if I don't like his line of phantom, I'm just going to get rid of all of them. He might stay just because he's a really cool snake, and then he's just going to be another pet for me. If not, he might move on, only because I can make more with the super mystics, and then we'll just do it that way. But I'm definitely keeping the mystics and the phantoms separate so that I can have completely different projects. This guy, really cool. I like him. But yeah, that's Mom and Dad. All right, buddy. My son likes watching them go back in the tubs. Shout out to my babies. Yeshua, he's big, but he's my baby still. Adrian and Cyrus, I love you all. And Ali, I love you. These guys love being in here. They're always in here trying to mess with me and stuff, or trying to mess with the babies, and trying to hang out with me cleaning and doing dishes and all that stuff. I don't see anybody else in here, and it looks like my connection on some of these devices might not be the best. So I can see myself, which means I'm still going strong, but I don't see any movement in the chat and stuff. So I don't know how to answer any questions because I don't have any questions. Regardless, for anybody watching or catching this late, updates. I'm doing updates. I'm trying to. Who's on my back? Hair? Yeah, sorry. I get distracted. ADD and such. I'm doing some updates in here. I'm trying to move some animals so I can make space for animals and so I can tighten up my projects. I have a lot of stuff. I started off really novice. I fell into this hobby even though I was headed towards coming into this hobby. So what I wanted was just to have some animals. I wanted to have some, and a friend of mine who is actually wherever she is, shout out to her. She gave me a couple snakes. We've had this story before. She gave me a couple snakes. She gave me a snake at first because I was super interested and because I already knew what I was doing. I was helping her with hers, and I was headed towards that lane. They kind of knew within a year I would probably have more animals than them anyway. And things happened in a way where I ended up with the majority of their animals, I believe. I'm not sure exactly how many they had in total, but I ended up with a children's python, which I don't know what to do with. I don't know how to. I've been doing some research and breeding them, and I heard the taxonomic information on children's pythons has actually changed a bit. Not specifically children's, but I think Stimsons no longer exist, or Spotteds and Stimsons got mixed together, and I don't even know how that works. So she's a really cool animal. I was thinking about getting the ant hills from Sean Bradley, but I don't know what to do with that, and I don't think that's the project that I'm really excited about. So I'm not going to jump into something that I'm not 100% like blown over by. But she's cool. She's a meanie, crazy. everything that she wants, everything that comes near her, she wants to eat. So that's kind of cool to watch her be that food motivated. But I don't handle her as much as I should, mainly because I know if I get bit, if she abscesses a tooth or something, I don't want her to get hurt. I do have a really good vet out here, Orlando Diaz and his brother. But they, but yeah, I don't really know what to do with her. So I'm just keeping her. Everything I got from these, from those old friends of mine, are staying here forever, and that includes a Autumn, which is a killer bee. What I thought was fire, but she proved out not to be fire. So I think she's just a killer bee. She's staying here with me. She's not going anywhere. Zazu, which is my lesser. He's actually the first one that she gave me. And Ace, which is the pastel, and he is father to a couple of pretty cool ones. But pastel's really hard to push, and unless it has Desert Ghost, or I don't even think Clown makes pastel worth anything anymore. I don't want to put too much pastel stuff, so I'm retiring all of them in total. I don't want to breed them anymore, so I'm going to be making some really cool enclosures for them for the future. That way I can have them either in the house, or when I finally figure out how to adjust the space in here, I'll set up something really cool. Right now I have some things over there that I could probably move around. Anyway, the only other projects that I was thinking about looking into in the future. Wow, I just jumped from a whole different subject. I'm the worst on live. I'm so scatterbrained. I don't see anybody in here. Live chat is moved. Gotta have that me time. Gotta run to work on Louis. I'll watch the rest later. Keep it, bro. That's what's up. Thank you very much for coming through and passing by and watching. I really appreciate it. It's really I don't have too much traction on here because I'm making enough videos and making enough content. But I'm not a content creator. I'm a hobbyist. I keep animals for fun, and I breed them for fun as well. Hopefully to maintain my hobby. We'll see. We'll see how that works. I'm going to be doing shows soon, so I'm looking into getting my banner stuff done. I already have my display, one set of displays, and I'll be looking into getting another one, but their lead times are ridiculous. And what else? What can I talk about here that anybody actually cares about? So, other than pythons, because that's what everybody is moving on from. I love ball pythons. That's my favorite species. That's the only species that I really, truly love. I do have a couple that I'm really gaining interest in. Blood pythons I've been gaining interest in for a long time, but not to breed. I don't want to breed them. I don't want to devalue them at all. And I have no idea what I'm doing with them. I want to keep them as pets. I want to keep one as pets, as a pet. Blood pythons are beautiful. They're a little bit more aggressive. Not aggressive. They're a little bit more defensive. And I can't keep them the way I keep my ball pythons. My ball pythons will be in a 90-degree room, happy, loving it, every single one of these guys. But a blood python needs a little bit lower, like mid 80s at the very highest, low 80s preferably. And I'm doing my research with them, and I just realized that the responsible thing to do is probably not keep them, mainly because this is my situation and this is my setup. And if I'm going to keep blood pythons in this same environment, they're going to be very unhappy, and I'm not going to keep an unhappy animal. It's not good for the animal, and I'm not going to enjoy it because I'm going to feel like they're miserable all the time. And I'm not doing that. I'm not keeping any animals that I'm going to make miserable. That's not even fair. Not fair to the animals. I don't care about what's fair for me. So the only other thing that I really wanted, really looking into, is king snakes, and I see a lot of really cool king snakes. Scarlet king snakes are gorgeous. I've seen only one for sale, and I'm pretty sure I could find them, but I've only seen one for sale, and it's a wild caught. I don't want a wild caught animal, and they're a little bit different than keeping Florida kings or Eastern kings. With that being said, Florida kings is the target that I'm actually looking at for multiple reasons. I think their anatomy is cool. I think they're a nice big animal. I'm not a colubrids are not my favorite, but king snakes get really nice size, and Florida kings are really nice and girthy. They're like an adult male ball python, and I can work with that. Plus, they can thrive in an environment like this. Yeah, they can thrive in an environment like this where I'm keeping the ball pythons. Now, I wouldn't be keeping them in the same rack, so I have to adjust. Or I was thinking about even doing somewhat of making Applegate style enclosures. So probably a 4-foot by 2-foot enclosure with a false bottom, so I can have the drawers for when they want to dig down under and not want to be seen. So I'm looking more into that. Florida kings are really cool. They have a lot of morphs, and they have a lot of polygenics, where you can breed them for different traits in specific lines and live breed them to really cool things. I just like them. And if not, at the very least, I want to keep one as a pet, at least one, maybe two. They also eat other animals. So not only can I feed them rodents, but I can also feed them a variety of things, such as a stillborn baby ball python, if something like that happens, which I'm not looking forward to. I don't like seeing dead babies and eggs, but at least it wouldn't be going to waste. I'm not going to have to throw it in the garbage. Something can gain sustenance from it. Choosing my words wisely so it's not misconstrued. But yeah, I'm starting to ramble on. Nobody's in here asking questions, and I'm talking to myself. Thank you guys if you're watching this in the after. Yeah, thank you very much for dealing with me. Thank you for watching. And yeah, this clutch here is going to be really fun. Really fun to check out. I can see the differences, but there's very subtle differences in these guys. I don't know if you can see them like this. Is this going to help? Not at all. Let's see. Barely. A little bit. Higher. Maybe. Okay. But yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get these guys set up. I will do some video on the side so I can post to Instagram and TikTok and whatever socials I decide I can use. I can't do too many socials. There's so many socials going on now. I barely have time to look at the 3 that I go on regularly. But yeah, I'm going to try to get more active on this, just mainly to get myself out of this rut of not wanting to be on camera and not forcing myself to be on camera. And so I can stop doing the ums and uhs and fumbling my words and thought patterns and stuff. Other than that, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna cut this off. It's 3:19. It's been a little bit over a half hour. All right, so once again, thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you guys for keeping up with me. Don't forget to hit up US Arc. Check out my Instagram, TikTok. That's it. I think I'm on what is it? MeWe? I don't know these things. Rep the Post. Let's see where they are. I don't know. Check all the socials. Lou_Ballz with a Z. LU_Ballz with a Z. I'll try to keep you posted on stuff. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm Lou Ballz. And if you have never been to this channel and you just happen to be all the way through this video, which is awesome, thank you. Subscribe, like, share even. That would be really cool. I would really like to get moving forward with this. I'm thinking about doing a live stream on a regular basis if I can move my time around the right way and figure things out. I have an idea for it, and I do have people that I can get on, but it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a lot different, actually. And I'm not sure how it's going to work. So I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm working on a few things like a website and all this stuff. Either way. Once again, thank you guys for watching. Smile big and hustle hard.